Hello there! What is going on, everybody? Ministravaganza is just around the corner, and Atomic Mass Games just dropped a bomb on us with, well, a good bomb of information. The schedule for Ministravaganza is now published, so we're going to talk about that and which streams you should keep an eye on, which streams I'm going to be doing watch parties for, and what we think they're going to be talking about, because they give us more than just the names of the streams, but also a little bit of extra info. So we're going to break this all down for you. There's still time left to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. Now, before we get into the elephant in the room, yes, of course, there is no X-Wing or Armada mentioned here. This is not a surprise to anybody who's been paying attention to the news, but it is just going to be Legion, Shatterpoint, and Marvel Crisis Protocol. So the game I'm most interested out of these three is going to be Legion, but we'll still pay a little bit of attention to the others. So Thursday, July 18th, and also Friday and Saturday, so it's the 18th through the 20th, is when the Ministravaganza is going to be happening. Now, all these times are in Pacific Standard Time. So while it starts at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that is going to be noon Eastern, if you are Eastern like me. So keep in mind the time zones. A lot of places post their times usually in Eastern or Central, at least from the stuff that I typically see. However, this is Pacific Standard Time, and so it's not the PST. There isn't them whispering, "Psst, hey guys, we're gonna have a stream soon." No, it's Pacific Standard Time. I know that was a corny joke. I'm a dad. I'm a father of 3. I gotta get my dad jokes out every once in a while, and sometimes they leak out into these videos. Okay, so start with 9 a.m. or noon, opening ceremony. I'll be doing watch party for this and the Shatterpoint roadmap. The opening ceremony usually doesn't have very much. This is where going to be Simone and Will Schick. Simone Elliott and Will Schick will both sit down and kind of kick things off. They'll talk a little bit about like maybe some big picture stuff, but it's usually like some corny jokes, and they'll just kick things off. If there's anything major that they need to address, they may, it's possible they may answer elephant in the room questions like, as I'm sure somebody in chat will be like, are you going to say anything about X-Wing or Armada? That may be their chance to say, yeah, those games are sunsetted and they're going to have their worlds in next year, and so on and so forth. They may have mentioned that, but I don't really expect much talk of X-Wing or Armada at all for all of this. But they have a half hour blocked off for the opening ceremony. Usually it doesn't take a half an hour. It's usually them just kind of talking and saying hi and drinking their coffee and kind of waking up and greeting everybody and kicking off Ministravaganza. The first real stream is going to be the Shatterpoint roadmap. So these roadmap streams are important. This is one of those things that while Shatterpoint is not my favorite game, I'm very interested in to see what the roadmap is going to have. Think of a roadmap as kind of like a version of what you would see at Adepticon, where they kind of talk about all of the game lines. This one is going to be an hour blocked off just for Star Wars Shatterpoint. It says they're talking about products that are coming to your local game stores and timelines for those, but it's also going to be possible new stuff. Learn what's in store for Shatterpoint and see our timelines for when things are coming to your local game store. So this is where there could be new surprises or maybe deeper revelations for certain expansion content that's already been kind of teased but we haven't seen much of, like maybe that Bounty Hunter pack that's coming. We might get a closer look at some of those things, because they're definitely going to talk about all the stuff that's already spoiled. They'll probably spoil at least 1 or 2 more expansions, and there was definitely the indication that Ministravaganza could also and will also contain non-new product related information. Now this seemed to be implied that there was big news for Legion, but it could also be MCP and Shatterpoint as well. So I think this is one that I'll probably do the watch party for as well. I'll probably just be one big watch party from opening ceremony all the way through the roadmap. And basically what that means is you can tune in, we'll live stream here, we'll chat about what we expect to see. And then, of course, I will be shutting up once they start the actual streams. And then you can watch there, or you can also watch with me. You can watch in both places, whatever you prefer to do. And then in the gap in between the opening ceremony and then the next one, we'll kind of talk, break down, if there was anything that we need to react to. Then we'll watch that stream, and then after that one is over, then we'll come back and react and kind of break down all of the cool new groovy stuff that was showcased and talk about all those things, and maybe we'll do some giveaways and stuff like that. That's usually what we do. I get like promos and cards and all kinds of little cool stuff. Now for their paint streams, there are going to be a couple of paint streams. I'm usually less interested in the paint streams, but there's still good things. Sometimes they'll spoil new cards, or I mean not new cards, but they'll spoil new miniatures. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, we're painting, Star Killer," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're doing Star Killer? Why are you painting Star Killer?" "Oh, but surprise, surprise! Why are we painting Star Killer? Because that's a new expansion." Sometimes they've done stuff like that, but usually that's not always the case. But so if you want to watch the painting streams, by all means, go ahead. I probably won't be doing the watch party for those. The next one, though, I think is very, very interesting is going to be this Legion War Table Battle Orders. This is basically what you're going to see is there's battle colors. Is basically a painting stream, and War Table is more of a game discussion. This is going to be not a painting stream, but discussion about the game somehow. And so this is interesting. So it says, join our development team as they discuss the thought process behind some of our upcoming plans for Star Wars Legion. This is very interesting because it doesn't say a whole lot. Upcoming plans. Wait, what upcoming plans require thought process discussion? This one is a very, very important one. This may be one of the most important streams for the entire Ministravaganza, and so I will definitely be doing a watch party for this one. This one's going to be big. Take notes. We're going to be reacting to this one probably for weeks after this happens. If there's a new edition coming for Legion, this is where they're going to talk about that. If there are new alternate game modes coming, which you'll see based on some other stuff, then maybe this is where they'll talk about that. Moving forward, we got a couple of Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff for the rest of the day. I probably won't be doing watch party stuff for any of that, although I am interested in taking a look at Apocalypse. That was pretty good. Dallas takes Apocalypse from stats to sinister. I don't know what that's weird. I guess he's painting Apocalypse. So they're going to talk about Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a cool looking miniature though. I do like Marvel Crisis Protocol. Apocalypse sounds pretty cool. But so I may tune into that, but it'll probably just be on my own time. And then 5 years from the founding, because again, this is their 5th anniversary of Marvel Crisis Protocol and AMG as a studio. So there's going to be some stuff there. I don't know if there's anything special that's going to be in this particular stream, but it might be worth a watch. We'll have to wait and see. Then Friday, we're going to jump to Friday's schedule. We're starting off with one of the most important streams, and that's going to be the Star Wars Legion roadmap. Now, this one, it's interesting to me that they're doing the roadmap for Legion after this War Table New Battle Orders stream. It's almost like this one's going to say, oh, yeah, there's a whole new 2nd edition coming, or something like that, and then use the roadmap to then fill out what they said in the other stream. So whatever they talk about, they're going to tease something on Thursday. They're going to tease something major on Thursday, and then use this roadmap to be able to expand upon it. Because again, this is an hour block from 9 to 10, so from noon to 1 Eastern. They don't have that much stuff announced already to really warrant an entire hour of discussion. So I have a feeling we're going to see, additional looks at some of the stuff that has already been seen. Probably a little bit more on the crab droids. Probably a little bit more on those Baton, those Imperial Shock Troopers, or the new Rebels, or the ARF Troopers. There's a few things that are still out there in the queue, things that have been spoiled already. But maybe they'll show us some unit cards from stuff like that also. I think that's stuff that we can expect. So this looks cool. But yeah, learn what we have planned for Legion. See our estimated timeline for when products are coming to your local games. So this was, again, the roadmap's good stuff. This is going to be an important stream. And then they're doing a painting stream after this. Imperial Riot Control Squad. They'll be painting them. I don't expect anything new out of that. Another 5-year panel. They're doing these every day. And this one specifically has something about design. So I don't know. That just seems like a weird one when you already had another 5-year panel, and then you're doing another 5-year panel. I think on that, another 5-year panel there. So it's weird, but I mean that's just a chance for them to talk about whatever they want to talk about, I suppose. Well, specifically development, but then the next one says design. So I mean, I guess those are slightly different things. I guess design is from the ground up, and development is getting it across the finish line, right? But I don't know. Either way, not something I'm probably to be doing a watch party for. The watch party on Friday will definitely be for the Legion roadmap. I don't know if I'll be doing too much other stuff. They're doing another painting stream, or well, you know, this Shatterpoint War Table Key Operations might be interesting. This is one I might also do a watch party for, because it says something new is coming to Star Wars Shatterpoint, and we are going to tell you about it. But it's called War Table Key Operations. So I feel like this is probably a big one. This one might actually be a new mode of play. I really, really think that my hope, I have wish lists. My hope is that they have something new for Shatterpoint that allows it to feel a little bit more like Marvel Crisis Protocol, because that's the game I really want. Like, I really love the way I feel like they struck gold with Marvel Crisis Protocol, and in Shatterpoint they went in a different direction, and I'm like, oh, you were so close, you know. So maybe something like that is coming. I think that'd be really cool. So I'll probably do a watch party for that one as well. So it looks like maybe 2 watch parties per day. Let's jump into Saturday, the final day. We've got the Marvel Crisis Protocol roadmap. This one is a maybe. Again, I've had some people ask for more MCP coverage, and then some less. But we'll see. I enjoy the game enough that I might just do a watch party for fun, and we can have fun with that. Big stream that'll be coming up, though, is this War Table Theaters of War. From Spec Ops to new ways to engage in full-scale battle, join us for a look at some of the newest experiences being added to Star Wars Legion. Now, this one is interesting to me. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't like Spec Ops. I don't like that it doesn't have Jedi. I don't like that it doesn't have tanks. Those are some of my favorite things. It doesn't have vehicles, or, you know, it's just nameless troopers that none of them have lightsabers. So I don't like Spec Ops. Also, I think it sort of competes with Shatterpoint even more so than Legion already does, because it's a smaller version of Legion that's only using like 5 guys on a team. And I'm like, why would you? And they announced that, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions on Spec Ops, but some people like it, and that's cool. So I'm not trying to tell you if you like Spec Ops, cool. I hope there's something in here for you. It just seems like they haven't talked about it much lately, so I thought it was like one of those forgotten initiatives. But the thing here says, from Spec Ops, 2 new ways to engage in full-scale battle. This is important. New ways to engage in full-scale battle is what's got me really interested. And I feel like this little line of text here shines a light on all of the other Legion stuff of the whole thing. I don't think it necessarily means that we're getting a second edition. I think we may be seeing something bigger. Again, Will Schick, in his interview with me, was talking a lot more about the contrast between Legion and Shatterpoint, and how Shatterpoint is a smaller battle and Legion is a much bigger battle. And I'm like, okay, sure, but not all Legion battles are that much bigger. You know, you can have like a small, you know, if you run a lot of commanders and operatives, you can have a relatively small, you know, unit of Legion. So, like, if I run 7 sabers with some B2 super battle droids, like, I'll have a very low model count. You know, it'll be very close. So I feel like, you know, I feel like they're doing something bigger. And I've said, like, jokingly that, like, maybe the AT-AT is actually coming. You know, new ways to engage in full-scale battle could be, or it could be Gungans. Could be a massive thing, or maybe multiplayer. Maybe multiplayer Legion, right? Like maybe 3 or 4 player, 5 player Legion. I don't know. I have no idea, but this one sounds really interesting to me. So, Theaters of War, I'll be willing to sit through some discussion of Spec Ops to find out what else they want to talk about in this stream. I think it'll be really interesting, and I don't want to, you know, crap all over Spec Ops, because I know some of you guys are interested in that. So I don't want to diminish it any more than I already have. So I'll kind of limit my negative opinions of that gameplay format, and I'll keep that to myself. All right, let's go into Shatterpoint. So a painting stream here, another 5-year panel about development retrospective, a Legion painting stream, and then closing ceremonies. Usually closing ceremonies is just everybody sitting around painting whatever they want to paint and kind of casually chatting. So yeah, so a lot of paint streams in here, but like I think we talked about some of the big ones, so I'll probably be doing like 2 a day. I think this final day it's going to be that Theaters of War, and then probably I might do the Marvel Crisis Protocol roadmap. Yeah, so there's about 2 streams a day that we'll be doing watch parties for, so that'll be fun. It looks like it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm really, really interested to see what new stuff they announce for Legion and Shatterpoint, and a little interested, lesser interested in MCP, because I know I'm going to find out eventually. But Shatterpoint, the Star Wars stuff is what I'm more interested in covering for the most part. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. It is coming up the 18th, 19th, and 20th of July, so mark your calendars. You are less than a month away. You got about 3 weeks to prep, and well, I don't know how much prep you really need to do, but 3 weeks of waiting for news. All right, that is going to do it for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are out of this world and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, and always wash your socks.